shit. As you can see, I'm not, you know.
Cameraman's drunk.
Huh? The Weasels. Let's talk about the Weasels a little bit.
Weasels, Billy and Elaine, I believe.
Okay.
Elaine's singing for the Psycho Daisies now.
Right.
Billy has since moved on to the outer limits of the universe.
Yes. Rest in peace, Billy.
What a wild guy. He was wild. He was funny.
Yeah.
He had a good heart.
Yeah, he was a good guy. I remember him, you know. He used to come to Sync a lot. You ever go to Sync? And
Yeah, because I'm best buddies with Hal Specter, and I mean best buddies. Like, I speak to him every single day. He calls me every day with his new band. We got a new band.
Boise Bob.
Boise Bob in the backyard band.
Yeah.
I told him, I said, look, this kind of music is coming up out of Nashville. I said, you guys jump on it. No drummer. I said, I'm a drummer, but I'm telling you, no drummer.
Yeah.
Some guy,
the washboard Lord.
Rob from Humbert.
Humbert, yeah.
I believe, maybe.
Yeah.
He came on with banjo.
Yeah.
I think that we have that Craig.
No, that would be, I think that's Dan Hosker.
Dan Hosker, excuse
Right,
me, yes,
yeah.
sir. And Craig on the wash tub, and he's got Lori,
yeah.
Tex Merlot
Yeah.
on the washboard. And they've been doing gigs, and I'm so proud because he was ready to give up, and
I think they're unique.
I think it's a riot. It's funny. It's meant to be a good time.
Yeah.
And nobody is doing that. And I told him, I said, jump on this before other people start doing it. And he's doing great.
Yeah, Hal was one of the owners of Sync.
Yes, sir.
So he's been around.
Rat Bastard.
Rat Bastard, yeah.
I used to hang out there all the time.
That's funny, because there's a point in time where I lived at Sync.
75th and Biscayne, right?
Yeah.
Every time I drive by there, the hair stands up in the back of my neck remembering the stuff that went on.
Yeah.
It was a fun time. See, we were all hungry.
Yeah.
And we were young. We were all in our 20s.
Right.
And we all came from different places, and we wanted to make a scene.
Yeah.
I'll tell you why I think the scene is lacking now.
Okay.
Maybe you've not noticed this, but all the fanzines,
Yeah.
even the 2, 3, 4 pages that people used to print, they're all gone.
Yeah.
And without those fanzines that supported the scene, pictures, whose album's coming out,
Right.
What's going on, who's working with groups,
Yeah.
you know, new stuff is going to be happening.
Yeah.
All those fanzines, even the Reg has gone out of business.
Really? I didn't know that.
I heard about a month ago they closed up.
Are you serious?
That broke my heart.
Wow, man. That's like an institution, the Rag.
Yeah,
They've been
the
around
Reg was
forever.
around since the early 80s, if not more.
Yeah.
You know? Started out 2, 3 pages, it was just folded in half.
Yeah.
That's gone. So I believe that the journalist part of a scene is very important, because you put the two together and you have a scene. Without one or the other, no one knows what's going on.
Yeah.
And you're left to your own devices, you know.
And everyone has their own.
There's a lot of bands and very few bars.
Right.
And just to read about whose album is coming out was exciting.
Yeah.
Oh, and Charlie's coming out with an album here, and
Yeah.
Richard Schulter's doing this.
Yeah.
The Chant's coming out with that, and
Yeah.
Larry Joe Miller's coming out with a 7-inch. And,
Yeah.
you know, we were all excited. We were young guys. Schulter was living in the what's called is it called the mansion where what's his name got shot on the stairway?
Oh, I didn't know that.
Johnny Versace.
Versace, right.
Richard Shelter had a room overlooking the sidewalk. We used to hang out.
But that was when there was a bunch of old folks in there, right?
Yeah, he would be a motorcycle boost. We'd be riding a 20-inch bicycle down Ocean Drive. We have a picture of him, and there's not a soul around. You know,
Yeah.
it was him. And we used to have me, Cheetah Chrome, and him hung out one day, just yelling at the tourists and stuff. We did some recording, me and Cheetah and Richard. We did a lot of Dead Boy stuff. We went into a studio one night and just recorded Dead Sonic Reducer, and I got that on cassette.
But you played drums on his record, right? Did you not?
No, not on whose record? Richard?
Richard's, yeah, the Preachers.
No, I believe that.
Because you're credited on the record. Did you know that?
Maybe for helping him out when the other guy either dropped out. Who was his drummer? Now, I know those guys went on to be the Mavericks. You know.
Okay, right.
What's his name? The guitarist. Can't recall his name. It's been so long. That was in 86.
Yeah. So that's why I'm doing this movie, because from 79 to 85, let's say, it was kind of like a time where there was a lot going on. And that's why I'm kind of calling it invisible bands, because in the 60s, you know, record companies and radios promoted local bands. And back in the 90s, they did as well. But in that period of time, especially from 79 to 85,
Punk era.
yeah, punk era, there was like, you know, a vacuum. And a lot of people went on to better things, like the Mavericks, and, you know, my guitar player later on went
Well,
on.
I always knew that Raul was going to transcend everybody. The lead
Yeah.
singers always do.
Yeah, well.
You could have the greatest backup band, and if the lead singer is good,
Yeah,
they always take the lead singer and say, we want to do something solo.
Yeah.
And then the band, you know, so there's a lot of bad vibes.
yeah.
with
Well, Rad
Mavericks.
Bastard told me, and I go back with Rat for 30 years, and he told me, if anything goes wrong, blame it on the singer. And unfortunately, I was a singer, so I got blamed for a lot of stuff.
Hey, man, I could not remember all those lyrics, and I would not want to be standing in front of 4 or 5 guys, hoping to God no one makes any mistakes, because you can't hide behind anything.
Yeah,
The drummer can hide behind the cymbals or his drums.
yeah,
You can't. You're naked up there, man.
Yeah, yeah.
That's the beauty of it too.
yeah. You have to have like a mindset where you're gonna have fun, and if you
can't
have
take it too serious.
exactly,
You
yeah,
know, it's
yeah.
got to be fun. You know?
Right.
You kind of go. Most musicians that are still playing today,
They
they're
do
doing
it
it for the fun. It's not for the money.
because they love it.
Yeah, because we're, you know, everybody's saying, "Hey, you're old," and I'm like, "Oh, I am.
Yeah,
I feel 15.
yeah,
I put on my music. I dance around my music room. Sometimes I'm so excited by the old stuff and the new things. And I feel if you lose that youthful exuberance, you're dead in the water.
yeah.
Might as well hang it up.
That's when you grow old.
Yeah,
that's when you're old.
Are old.
Yeah,
And I don't care what anybody thinks. You know, I'm having a good old time. There's a lot of music out here. There's a lot of good bands that are hiding.
that's what I'm trying to cover. You know, basically, I look back at that time as a pretty, like Charlie said, it was an almost magic time, an almost magic. But to me, it was a very magical time.
Well, he means almost because he almost made it.
Yeah,
He gave up just before he made it big.
yeah,
And he just said, I can't do this anymore. And he went and became a lawyer.
yeah,
Man has a photographic memory.
yeah.
He's brilliant.
Yeah. He's a really nice
he
guy.
He went and he worked and he put himself through school.
Right.
And it was cold up there. He was walking horses.
Yeah.
You know, and he did college and he came out and now he's a successful lawyer in Palm Beach. God bless him and his family.
And now he's having a resurgence with his music.
And now
career.
he's back with bar band Americana, which hit big.
Yeah,
He's touring all over the country.
Yeah.
Bloodshot Records.
he's getting rave reviews.
And I often wonder. I said, look at this. This guy's still going at it.
Yeah,
And I think that if he keeps pushing, I don't care how old you are.
yeah,
You know, once his name gets known nationally,
yeah.
then you got it made.
Well, he is known basically now. He might be not known in like a commercial way, which I think is good. This is better because he's known, you know, as doing what he's always done, and you know he hasn't sold out. He does what he loves, and I found him to be a really. Back in the day, we would pass in the hall. We never really talked to each other.
You're shy.
Yeah. Oh, so was I. You know. But I found him to be a really stand-up guy.
He's a great dad.
Yeah.
He's a really good guy. I really like him.
Tell me about the Longhorns.
The Longhorns were a band I was in San Francisco with Dickie Peterson from Blue Cheer.
Okay.
It was a country western band.
Okay.
And we would play up in this
From
town.
Blue Chair to Country Way. Okay.
Yeah. He told me that, of course, by now, which was 90,
Yeah.
Blue Cheer is, you know, from the past. Nobody knows them. The only place they are big, this is so funny,
Yeah.
is in Germany.
Yeah. Well,
So they would only play, they're like gods in Germany. So
Yeah.
they do their Blue Cheer thing there, and they would come back.
I think they were like the first heavy metal band because they had the
Remember?
big, powerful sound. You know.
What was cool about Dickie is he lived on the top of a mountain with no phone.
Okay.
And he couldn't get down the mountain in the snow, in a rainstorm, and you couldn't get up it.
Right.
And he was like an anchor. You couldn't make him go fast. You couldn't slow. You couldn't slow him down. He was right on it, man.
Yeah.
Great guy.